Thanks everyone. It's me, Al, and I wanted to come down and show you the results of the gas kiln, large one that I just fired. So this is a new to me kiln, and I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for $1, and I got it hooked up, and I fired it out last night. So these here are all the mugs that came out of it, and I had 3.5 shelves, and so let's look at some of these because you can tell by how your bisque looks um, how the shelves fired. So let's go over here and look at the cone. I put the cone right on the shelf because these are low fire cones, and I can just chip them right off. But you can see that cone there is fully down. That's an 06. So an 06 center. I had an 05 bottom and an 04 top. So I know this clay body, and this is what it looks like. So I got a hot top kiln. I need to move some heat around when I do the firing, or just let it, because I'm a cone off. So the glaze I used has a 3-cone span to it. So it can go a cone higher. So that's a cone 4, top shelfie. And this is this right here is the cone 06, and this right here is the cone 05 that came off the bottom. So these are candle cups and mugs, and I may create candle cups with this design with little pores. So when people use the candle and it's done burning down, I have wood wicks put into these. They actually have a pour vessel, which is a little more interesting than the straight cup, like these little cups. You know, it's more of a useful pot than when they burn the candle down. So I'm thinking about doing probably 30 or 40 of these, a little bit larger, so you have a little mixing bowl once the candle burns down. But this kiln worked fairly well. I had a problem with two of the burners and the orifices. So I should have checked it before I just started up. I just had it running not too long ago, last month. But I just checked it for mouse nests, and just started it. So I had to plug off 2 burner ports, but this has 6 burner ports to it, so it was able to fire with 4 burners. So that was good. So I just need to move the heat around a little bit more, send more of that heat to the bottom. I have pots that are all white clay, so I am glazing those pots. I have a pail of glaze that has copper oxide in it, and I'm gonna do on the white clay body a full glaze, a full body reduction at cone 06. Never done that before. And then at the end, another reduction for about an hour. So I'm adding time to my firing schedule to have this come about. The goal is to use one pail of glaze of the same color and get different results for these firings, for these shows. A lot of people come and they say, "What's the glaze on these?" And I will tell them, "Oh, it's all the same glaze," and they will hardly believe it. So when that copper reduces, it goes to a red, and looks very beautiful. When more oxygen is added to the kiln, and I don't do reduction. I pull all the peepholes. It ends up being a seafoam green. So depending on where the shelf is and how the flame hits it, you can get different effects based on where it is in the kiln. I'm trying to find one that I had that was reddish. Here is one. I'm looking through my cry pile, so you can see this right here. So that seafoam green is now this in heavy reduction, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do in the firing. So the firings are part of the process too. So when these pieces are glazed and they go into the kiln, that is not it. Like, you can manipulate those firings, running different schedules through the whole thing, and even when they come out, that's not it. Because the end process for these pieces are to be used by somebody. The end process is when they use it, and if they like it enough, they tell the story to somebody else, right? So we're storytelling here. So until you told the full story, until these mugs are used, and that user tells somebody else about the story and how they feel about using it, to me, that's the end product on what's finished. When people send me images of themselves having coffee in the mugs, it met its end almost, because that's the story they're telling themselves about them using it. When they come to buy it from you, that's the story you're telling them. So there's a lot of storytelling. So I hope that is somewhat helpful for you, and you think about story and even looking at your bisque when it comes out, so that you can make assessments about how to go about firing your kilns if you fire with gas. If you're firing with electric, you're a little bit limited, but there are still some things that you can do. And there are still some things that, still some firing schedules that you can use, that you could look into. And you can do soaks, all kinds of things. So don't think that you need to leave it up to things like the kiln gods, right? Once you put it in the kiln. That is not true. No such thing as kiln gods. You can influence that and tell a story while it's being fired. That is amazing to me. So there you have it, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Be well, and keep creating work that matters for people who care.